Hey everybody, it's Dave with Android Police, and we're going hands-on with the XPERIA ZL, the second of two phones that Sony unveiled today. The ZL I would basically describe as a slightly down-market version of the XPERIA Z. The differences are pretty minor actually, because they're basically very similar phones. The ZL still has a 5-inch reality display, 1080p, and it still has the quad-core Snapdragon Pro processor, NFC. It actually has a slightly bigger battery, still has an SD card slot, still has 2 GB of RAM, and still has the 13 megapixel XPERIA sensor, but it does not have the water and dust resistance rating of the XPERIA Z. And so it also doesn't have that odd plastic coating around the entire phone, and so the back is actually a matte surface as opposed to glass on the XPERIA Z. The camera design on the back, actually the whole back, looks a little different. And this is interesting, where you put in the SIM and micro SD card. I've never seen something quite like that, but I guess it works. I guess it looks okay, if I can get it back on there. The phone itself, it's relatively snappy. It feels honestly very similar to the dual-core Snapdragon Sony phones I've used previously, maybe moderately quicker, and the UI is still in desperate need of a refresh. I think Sony's really missing the boat there with the design paradigms that are becoming more popular in Android. But it's a very nice-looking phone, and it's hard to say if we'll see this in the United States. The ZL is going to be for select markets. Presumably it's also going to be a little cheaper because the materials used to build it are a little less expensive. And yeah, that's the XPERIA ZL. Very similar to the Z, but just a little bit less.